Hi guys, welcome back to the next episode of the SamDjanShow. Today we're looking at the problem with the Disney remake, so let's get into it. Welcome back to the next episode of the SamDjanShow. Today we're looking at the problem with the Disney remakes. Now, if you don't know the Disney remakes, they're basically live action remakes of the anime Disney movies, and they've done a lot of them since like the 2010s. So I'm going to tell you what went wrong with them. So let's get into it. Now, before I do it, don't like, subscribe, and kick the notification bell, raise the algorithm. So let's get into it. So it's only in 1994 when we had Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book. This was obviously based on The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling. That book is based on it. This came in 1994. And it's technically, though this wasn't really the start of the Disney remakes, this was technically a remake of that book. So I think this was made by Disney. So I haven't seen this movie. I don't know if it's good or not. So 1996 saw the release of 101 Dalmatians. Now this is a remake of the 1961 movie 101 Dalmatians, which is also based on the book by Dodie Smith. And this starred Glenn Close, and I actually enjoy this movie. I know a lot of people don't like it. I actually enjoy this one. This was though this didn't start the trend. This was technically one of the early one they did, and this one was good. I enjoyed it. It's not as good as the animated one, but I still enjoy it for what it was. Glenn Close is good as Koala, and and then 1998 saw the release of the Jungle Book Mowgli's story, and this is also based on the Jungle Book from Rudyard Kipling, and this is by Disney. This is 1998. I haven't seen this movie, so I don't know if it's good or not. And this is the second adaptation of the live action Jungle Book they did. So yeah, 2000 saw the release of 102 Dalmatians. Now this was a direct to video. I think this was a direct to video. I don't know if it went. I don't think it went in cinemas. Well, maybe it did. No, I think it did go in cinemas. This is a sequel to the 1996 101 Dalmatians live action movie. This one is not based on the book by Dodie Smith. This is kind of a standalone story. The only people that come back is Glenn Close and Tim McNerney. They're the only ones to come back from the sequel. And I actually like this one. It's not as good as the first one, but I still enjoy it. I kind of wish the actors from the first one came back, but Glenn Close is good as Koala. And yeah, so 2010, a whole decade, 2010, for the release of Alice in Wonderland. This is based on the 1951 Disney movie of the same name. This is also based on a book by Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, and this starred Johnny Depp. And this was actually a good. This one was okay. It's not my favorite. It's not one of my favorite Tim Burton movies. This was by Tim Burton. It's okay. Yeah, it's nowhere near as good as the animated one, but yeah, it made like over $1 billion. So this started the trend of Disney remakes. 2014 saw the release of Maleficent, which was also this was released 2014. It starred Angelina Jolie, and yeah, this one was okay. This was told from Maleficent's point of view. But this one was slightly different approach to the other ones. But it's okay. I think Angelina Jolie is good as Maleficent. It's not one of my favorite remakes. It's okay. And so yeah, so 2015 saw the release of Cinderella. This one starred Lily James. It starred Lily James. This is based on the 1950 Disney movie of the same name. This came 2015. This was directed by Kenneth Branagh, and this one was good. There's some elements that are different from the animated one, but overall it's kind of this copy and paste of the animated one. It's not near as good as the animated one. It's okay. I think Lily James is okay as Cinderella, and the cast is great. So yeah, as Cinderella. Cinderella's not one of my favorite Disney Disney movies. So yeah, the remake is okay. 2016 saw the release of Jungle Book, the third Disney live-action Jungle Book movie, and this one is based on the 1967 Disney animated movie of the same name. This starred Bill Murray and Ben Kingsley, Idris Elba, Lupita Nyong'o, Scarlett Johansson, Esposito, Christopher Walken, and Neil Smith. And this one made over 900 million. This one is actually good. I'll say this is probably one of the few ones that are actually better than the animated one. This one was just This one was just amazing. I enjoyed it. I love this one better than the animated one. And yeah, so 2016 also saw the release of Alice Through the Looking Glass. This came out. It only came out a month after The Jungle Book. This is a sequel to Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. And this is a sequel to the 2010 movie Alice in Wonderland, the remake. I've heard some bad reviews on this one. This one is let's be honest, it's terrible. It's not as good as the first. I even like the first one that much. It starred Johnny Depp, Anne Hathaway, Mia Wasikowska, Helena Bonham Carter, and Sacha Baron Cohen. It's not good, but I mean, like, I'm not a fan of both of movies, but I think the animated one is widely superior. 2017 saw the release of Beauty and the Beast, which is a remake of the 1991 movie Beauty and the Beast by Disney. This one's okay. I think this is pretty much a copy and paste of the original one. This starred Luke Evans, Kevin Kline, Josh Gad, Ewan McGregor, Stanley Tucci, Audra McDonald, Guju Mabatha Raw, E. McKellen, Emma Thompson. It also stars Emma Watson and Dan Stevens. It's made over $1 billion. This one's okay. Yeah, even though it's kind of like this is the highest grossing live action musical film, and yeah, this one was I saw this on Netflix. I thought it was okay. It's not as good as the original, but it's okay. 2018 saw the release on of Christopher Robin. This is based on several Winnie the Pooh stories. Primarily the Disney ones. Because I think there was only two. There was the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Then we had the Winnie the Pooh 2011 movie, and there was plenty of stuff they did with Winnie the Pooh. But yeah, this one is based on those stories, and I think it's actually good. I like Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, Tigger, and Eeyore. I think they're great. I think Ewan McGregor goes Christopher Robin. I actually like this movie. I don't think it did. Yeah, it did well. It did make 197 million, which is a good. I actually enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought it was great. Yeah. So 2019 saw the release of Dumbo. Now this is a remake of the 1941 Disney movie Dumbo. This was also directed by Tim Burton. This movie made around 353 million, which just had mixed reviews, but it's nowhere near as good as the animated one. And yeah, Colin Farrell's in this, Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito's good, Eva Green, they're all good in it. And so yeah. 2019 also saw the release of Aladdin, which is a remake of the 1994 movie by Disney. This one was okay. I liked Will Smith as a genie. I like how he did his own thing and he wasn't copying Robin Williams' genie. My only problem is I don't like the person they cast as Jafar. I thought it just wasn't good. Naomi Scott is good. I think it's probably one that I enjoy this remake. I think so. It's not as good as the animated one, but again, it's good. It made over $1 billion. So yeah, this one was okay. There's been talks of a sequel. So 2019 also saw the release of The Lion King. This is Aladdin came out in 1992. Lion King. This is a remake of the movie of the same name from 1994, and this movie was this starred Donald Glover, Seth Rogen, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Alfred Woodard, Billy Eichner, John Caney, John Oliver, Florence Kasamba, Eric Andre, Keegan-Michael Key, J.D. McCrary, Shadi Wright Joseph, Beyonce Knowles, and James Earl Jones reprises role from the original movie. This one made $1.6 billion, which is the highest grossing Disney remake of all time. This is also the highest grossing Disney movie of all time. This received mixed reviews. I think my only problem is I think the visuals are good, the music and the vocals are good. I think the problem is that it's just a copy and paste of the animated one, and the facial expressions on the characters just weren't good. So there will be a prequel in 2024. I saw this once. Is fine. It's not as good as the animated one. I think the animated one was just a much better movie. 2019 stories of Maleficent, Mission of Evil. This also starred Angelina Jolie and Ellie Fanning and Michelle Pfeiffer. This came in 2019. This is a sequel to that 2014 movie Maleficent. This one's okay. It's not as good as the first one. I'm not a huge fan of the Maleficent movies. It's okay. Angelina Jolie is good as Maleficent. Again, it's okay. 2019 saw the release of Lady and the Tramp. Now, this was a streaming movie on Disney Plus. This was one of the initial releases on Disney Plus because Disney Plus launched, I think, November 2019. And this one's okay. This movie's good, but I'm like, did we really need a remake of Lady and the Tramp? I think the anime one's perfect. But lots of these movies, I like, did we really need them? But yeah, it's okay. I think the cast is okay. I'll give it this. I'll say the Lady and Tramp, they did the facial expressions on the characters way better than the Lion King. I think the budget is good for a streaming movie. You could check it out on Disney Plus. 2020 saw the release of Mulan, which this is based. Lady and the Tramp. This is based on the 1955 movie Lady and the Tramp of the same name. Mulan was based on the 1998 movie of the same name, and it's okay. It's not as good as the first one. It's had Donnie Yen and Yifei Liu. She as Mulan. Yeah, it was okay. It was in cinemas. It had a limited release because of the pandemic. The action is good. The costumes are good. The performance is good. But I feel like some of the screenplay, the editing isn't good. And I don't like how Mushu is not in this movie, which is kind of sucks. But which is kind of like the problem I have with this remake. Like the animated one is much better. 2021 saw the release of Koala. Now the starring Emma Stone. Now this isn't really a remake. It's kind of like its own thing, but it stars the 101 Dalmatians. This is kind of like a prequel to 101 Dalmatians. It does its own thing, but I enjoy it. I remember when the trailers came out, everyone was saying it was copying Joker, and I thought it was okay for what it was. I enjoyed it. I saw it twice in cinema. I enjoyed it. I loved Emma Stone and Emma Thompson, and yeah, it was good. Mark Strong's in this movie. I had the time with the visuals are good. And who directed this? Craig Gillespie. Yeah, so there will be a sequel, which I'm looking forward to the sequel because they said it was going to be kind of like it's going to be the style of Godfather Part 2. So I'm really looking forward to that. You should check out this movie. It's a really good movie. And 2022 saw the release of Pinocchio, which is the most recent Disney remake. This is a remake of the 1940 movie of the same name. Now, yeah, we had two Pinocchio movies. We had this one, and then we had the one by Guillermo del Toro. And this movie was terrible. It's like there's so much stuff they added to it, and it was basically just copy pasting the animated one. I would rather watch the animated one. It's much more superior. And if you want an even superior one, go watch Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. That one is good. The animation is great. That one blows this one out of the water. This one is just terrible. And yeah, so that's pretty much it with the Disney remakes. Now, I also question: do we really need Disney? What's the problem with it? I'm like, do we really need remakes of this? Like the animated ones are fine. We don't. I understand people like them, but I just don't like. There's so many that are not good, and there's some. The only ones I think are good is probably Cruella, Lady and the Tramp, Christopher Robin, and maybe Cinderella, and 101 Dalmatians 1, and maybe Jungle Book. But there's a lot of bad ones, and there's some okay ones. But yeah, so we got two coming out this year. We've got Peter Pan and Wendy, which is coming out next week. I will be watching. This comes out Disney Plus, and I saw the trailer. I think it's good. This is obviously a remake of the 1953 movie Peter Pan. We've had plenty of iterations of Peter Pan, but this is the Disney one. I still think the 2003 one's the best one. Hook is okay. And also, we have The Little Mermaid in 2023. Now, this is a remake of the 1989 movie, The Little Mermaid. And Halle Bailey, I think she's... also, Melissa McCarthy is going to be in this as Ursula. Halle Bailey, I think she's good as Ariel. I had no problem with her being black. I didn't care about her being black. But the thing is, I feel like she's good. Her singing is good. I just feel like the visuals, the underwater scenes, and some of the character design just don't look good. It just, I've seen the visual, it's terrible. You watch the trailers, it just, the visuals just do not look good. Like, watch Aquaman, and you see how good the water visuals are. Like, watch Avatar: The Way of Water. Those water visuals are good. Like this one, the water visuals aren't good. I will watch this. It's come out May 26th in theaters. I will watch it in cinemas. We've had two trailers. I just don't like. I just don't like the style of them. And 2024, we have two in 2024. We got Snow White in 2024, starring this stars Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot, and this is a remake of the 1937 movie Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And then we also have Mufasa: The Lion King. Now this is a prequel to the 2019 movie. No, this is not a sequel to Simba's Pride, The Lion King 2: Simba's Pride, which that was the direct-to-video sequel to the original one. This is its own thing. It's a prequel. And yeah, we've got plenty more. We got Hercules, we got an Aladdin sequel, Jungle Book sequel, Hunchback, a Cruella sequel, Tinkerbell one. We have Sword in the Stone, Robin Hood, Bambi, Aristocats, Lilo and Stitch, Moana, which that one was kind of recent. That was announced recently. And yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Disney. I think there's some good ones, there's some bad ones, but yeah, this is the problem with the Disney remakes, which you've seen pretty much all the problems I've had with them. I think they're okay. I think they're still going to be making them, like, they make money. So yeah. So comment, let me know. Do you like the Disney remakes? Do you not? Do you like them? You don't? Or leave a link. So guys, so much for my video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.